Alright. If you're gonna feel bad now. Poor little screaming cottontail. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you. I'm just doing a call, then I'm gonna take off. The idea is just to lure the animals to the area. I'm not really hunting right now. I know it sounds kind of funny, but I don't think a coyote or a wolf would come out right now anyway. Midday like that, but you never know. They might. But my goal right now is to just set some snares up there. I just want them in the area. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. If I can mimic the fawn in distress call, that's probably the best thing I could probably get. But it's the cottontail is a 50-50 whether it's going to work or not. And it's pretty wet. The rifle is soaked. The scalp, well, it's wet. It's not completely fogged up. If I had to shoot something, I could, but I definitely gonna have to get some scope caps. It's a little fogged up, a little hazy, but not bad. Can't blame the scope, it's the weather, right? That's just one of the things about it. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll get a couple more wolf snares up. I'll get the bait back here, and I'll get 2 more wolf snares up, I think. And then from there, I should be able to just leave them and hopefully get a wolf or so. Sounds like somebody's coming back this way. But so yeah. Anyway, there we go. I've been wandering around for probably, I don't know, more than an hour now, I guess. Just trying to find a spot to put my snares. The amount of junk you have to carry with you all the time, getting set up. Again, I would have had all this done pre-season had I made an earlier decision to do it, but it's kind of, sometimes you have to wait till the snow comes, because it's like, what happens is where you think a great spot's going to be, and that's what happened to me today. I was sure I was going to go with that spot just near the beaver dam. That would have been a dandy spot, but it was just like there was no place to properly tie off to and whatever. So I relocated, but that other little cubby hole thing, I think is going to work dandy if it works. When I get that snare set up the way I want, anything that's coming in is coming in full bore. It's going to hop right in. It's not even going to think about it and what have you. Now, my last little 160 trap is going to be coming here because of what happened to me earlier today. If you saw the video, I don't know if you were able to see it or not, but either a fisher or a mink ran out in front of me. Judging by the track, it might have been a mink. It could have been a fisher. It looked kind of fisher-ish in the track with the claws, because it looked a bit big. So it's either a really large mink, which would be a male most likely, or a fisher, both of which are in their prime right now, so, or should be around their prime right now. And if he's running around here, he's running around here. So I'm gonna, well, I don't know, I'll have to see what my dad says, because sometimes he brings Lacey back here. So obviously, you know, if I'm going to be setting traps here, I got to let everybody know. So I may or may not, but there is mink in the area, obviously. But it was cool to see him run out right about here. It'd be nice if it was a wolf or a coyote. I would have got a blast on him. I would have ran after the bastard. But what I did there with the call was just basically to kind of alert them that there might be a food in the area. I am soaking wet from head to toe. Like I said, this is kind of my new job now, till other work comes in. And no fur today, hopefully fairly soon. I will be going up to that other beaver dam tomorrow to see if I can get that, but I have to be careful with that too, because if I have to check that on a daily basis, I'll then be burning gas, and that could be yeah, that could be costly if there's not enough furs coming in. I need to catch at least 4 furs a week to be able to start burning gas. Otherwise, on foot, yes, it's a lot of labor and it's a lot of time, but it's not costing me anything. So we'll see. But once I get the snares out, that last relocation of the trap, I might move around 2 other little traps, or the other 3 little traps. Once I get them set up a little bit better, I'm going to do that. I'm going to capture some of these, commandeer some of these buckets for trapping buckets. I'll get those ready, then I can set those up. Everything will be quick. I'll just relocate 1 trap from here to there, and then you know, find better spots for everything, and then go from there. But I'm hoping to catch some mink too. I was going to do a tree set with that last trap, just to show you guys how to do a tree set. I don't like tree sets that much. Very time consuming to set up. They can be very fruitful, but the problem is you're dealing with animals that are very cunning and very sneaky. And I've never had any really good success with the not getting the animal there, but capturing the animal. It seems like, especially with fishers, you set up a tree set, which is nice because then you don't have to worry about domestic pets or anything like that. And yeah, I mean, they'll run right up a tree, right? Problem is, they jump to the top and they get the bait from the other side. They'll rip everything apart, so you have to really build it good. And I'm like, for the amount of work, put a pail on the ground with a conibear in front of it and put some spruce boughs over it. I've caught more fish like that than with the tree one. And it's not like the fisher don't go there. They go there like within a night or two. If there's one in the area, they're there almost right away. But they steal your bait all the time. And then with the mink, they get into like little tiny crevices. Like they'll jump over the trap again, or whatever, and it can be tricky to get them. Like, they're smart, you know. Like they're you know, they don't stay alive being stupid. You'll catch the dumb ones first, but so I might do a tree set or whatever, just to try it, just to see if I do catch something like a mink or a marten, whatever. But I find, you know, simpler is better. You know, that's if you've got mink boxes, those are pretty you know, they're pretty impervious. They can't get, nothing can get to the bait unless it goes through the jaws of the conibear. That's the way to do it, if you want my opinion. And it's simpler to set up. So something moving there. There might be stuff out moving around right now because of storm coming in or whatever. I got other stuff to do, so I can't like, once I get all the traps out and done and all the snares out and done and set up, from that point on I can start. I'm going to be getting up pretty early in the morning to do it, get my wolves and coyotes, getting ready to get those. Now the thing about them, my most success opportunities for them is going to be in February and March, when they're in the breeding. And yeah, that's when I'm going to be the most successful with them. So why that is again, the February, that's when they start to teach last year's pups how to go on their own. So the younger ones tend to be more stupid, so you're more likely to get those guys. And then the new pups, well, they're just being taught how to hunt. Like, so in other words, they're just you're gonna see like the bush is just gonna be littered full of dead deer. And I know a lot of people don't really understand how wolves work. You know, they got a lot of the people, particularly in the city, and animal rights activists, they have a Disney version of what reality is, you know, like, I mean, they have a very, they think a wolf will kill one deer, eat it all, and then move on to the next. No, wolves don't think in terms of conservation. They're like a pike in the pond. They'll eat whatever they can catch, and they'll catch it and kill it just for the sake of killing it. Why? It's what they do. It's like, you know, like, it's not an offensive thing. It's what they do. But that said, they can also eat themselves to extinction, and that's the main reason why I'm after the wolves right now and the coyotes, is that our deer population has suffered a lot in the past decade for a lot of reasons. 2003, 2004, that big, they've never recovered from that deep snow. You know, like coming back here, I mean, my feet would have literally been 6 feet in the air, about there. That's how much it snowed, and the amount of deer that got killed that year was like 30 to 40% of Quebec's deer population. Then on top of that, the wolves boomed because it was so easy for them to catch their prey, which that is still ongoing. For some reason, the wolf population there hasn't been a dent in it, and now we got coyotes. Like when I was a kid, you'd rarely hear a coyote. Like that was something that happened down in the United States. You know what I mean? Like you didn't have coyotes, or out in the prairies, like in Alberta and stuff. Here, there was no coyotes here, and now we're starting to slowly have cougars come in too. Which there's not enough of them right now to worry about them. But I mean, you got basically bears, coyotes, wolves, and you know, like all these kind of super predators on a deer population that is now, you know, like the Quebec government has killed, I think, well over probably 8,000 deer with this tuberculosis or whatever. So that also means that the wolves are going to starve if you don't cull a few of them, right? Or, you know, they're going to kill, like, the idea is about